Hi, welcome to week 3. My name's Steven, your favorite instructor, and we'll be covering the third week topic, which is scanning principles. Alright, so before we get into that, I'd just like to comment on the discussions of last week. I was able to interject myself between your discussions to help facilitate that. I will be doing this less and less as the weeks go on, but it was great to see some first-time advances and some nervousness behind it get really resolved through the week. I'd just like to point out that the people that began at the beginning of the week have had a greater appreciation by the end. So, comment early and comment often. Great. Now that we've talked about last week, let's get into this week. We'll be covering scanning principles in this week. I'd just like to start off to say that there are a lot of factors that determine how a scan is done. A lot of these are pre-programmed into it. So, when you pull up ahead, everything will be pre-selected for you. Where you go from being an average technologist to a great technologist is how these factors are interplayed with each other, and how you can adapt them to this clinical scenario that walks through your door. So, that's the basis of our discussion coming this week. This week's discussion will take into factor how these factors intertwine with each other, how they affect contrast resolution, spatial resolution, temporal resolution, and dose. You will have to go in through the textbook, and there is a special chapter dedicated to explaining these. I expect you to divide up the discussion evenly and comment on each other's. Hint, hint, putting all this together will benefit you in the end. Hint, hint. Great. So, let's go through a few of the scanning principles that are most key to focus on. MAS is the one most important factor. It is a direct link to dose and dose reduction. The second most important factor is pitch. Pitch is a hard concept, and I implore you to study this very well. Alright, great. Let's now talk about the quiz. There is a quiz by the end of this week. It will begin at Friday at 4 p.m. and close Sunday. I have randomized questions, and there is a question bank, so not everybody will have the same quiz. I will go through the end of the week and post the questions where people did well and not so well. We'll go through them in the discussions to see where people went wrong and common mistakes. Great. Have a great week. Go through the material. Welcome to Scanning Principles.